Be prepared.
Long live the king.
Who needs a king? No king, no king. Ha la la la.
You idiots.
Fools. There will be a king.
I'll be king.
That was pretty
That was
good.
good. It's fun to do.
Are
his
we
voice.
recording? Yeah.
Now we're doing. Now we're
I'll
recording.
be the king.
No king, no. We're gonna kill him.
Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again.
Dun, 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 dun. Dude, one of the best lines in that, where I was like, it's kind of like a bar in it. It's at the end where it's like, oh fuck. Hold on, I have to read it. I'm gonna have to read it.
You are a silly goose.
I'm gonna have to read it.
Not only have you said this on the podcast before, but
Have I?
Yeah. You don't even remember the line that you love so much.
Do you know what line I love so
This is the second
much?
time you're telling this story.
You know the line I love so much?
No. But I'm not in your heart or head. You know?
Yeah. Prepare for the murkiest scheme. This is the whole bar. So it goes, so prepare for the coup of a century. Prepare for the murkiest scam. Meticulous planning, tenacity spanning, decades of denial is simply why I'll. You know, it like goes right into
Dun 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 dun.
This whole song.
It's wet as a warthog's backside.
This song is just us in general. This line.
We're starting a revolution.
Decades of denial is simply while I'll. This one line. Be king undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonder I am.
We're all Scar. We're all Scar.
Every comic is Scar.
No, we are definitely Scar.
We are definitely Scar.
Oh,
we're always talking about being seen for the wonder we are.
That's the saddest instant realization in podcast history.
And I, when I first heard it, I thought of it that immediately. I went, why do I relate with this song so badly?
So who's Mufasa? Chris
Schultz.
Stefano. They're all Mufasa, and we're just like catching mouses.
Yeah. People are like, did you hear Schultz put out a new special? And I'm like, oh, goody.
I killed Muschulza.
Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of Here's the Scenario, a hypothetical podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
Brendan Sagalow. And no Mike Feeney today. He caught whatever I was giving out.
He caught the Omicron or whatevs. The kid's down for the count. He's the only person that apparently has gotten symptoms from this goddamn thing. Everybody else has just seen the ends of Netflix.
But he said he didn't have it. He says he doesn't have it. He said, I got tested and I don't have it, but I'm just sick as
There's
fuck.
a lot of people that are saying that. Like, they lose their taste, they lose their nose, and then they test negative.
I'll say this. From having it, the worst part about it was having to tell people.
Yeah.
For me. Because
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything. So I had to be like, hey, I'm poisonous.
Have you ever had to tell somebody that you had an STD?
No.
Me neither. Actually, that's not true. I've had to say I had HPV because otherwise they were like, "What's that? What's that Dalmatian dot on your dick?" And I'm
Is
like,
that what that is?
I'll get that nicked off. Don't worry.
HPV leaves a stain?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't leave a stain. It's not wine on a white rug. It's it definitely can leave a wart. Yeah, or a mark.
Oh, then I definitely have it. Then I definitely have it.
That's cool. Yeah, you can do the eye test. Nicole, how about you?
Do I have a spot? What do you ask?
Do you have HPV?
I do not.
Not currently or ever?
This time.
At this time, that's cool. No murky pap.
That was a test.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. Well, this show is off to a dynamite start.
Yeah.
Sagalow and I have talked long and hard about how this is for sure going to be the musical episode of Here's the Scenario.
Yeah.
Because without Feeney's scowl, we feel free.
Yeah. He's the dark cloud.
Yeah, the dark cloud that really keeps the ship in line, though. Well, it'll be interesting to see if we have any theme whatsoever.
So far, no.
No, so far we've sang Scar, decided we were him, and then also talked about our ward.
Yeah, and asked Nicole if she has an STD.
This is the show. So thank you so much. If you're a new listener, obviously we're a host short, but Sagalow and I are going to do our best to be shaved felines ourselves for a week. So if you're new to the show, go to here'sthescenario.com. It has links to absolutely everything we do. So you can go to iTunes, write and rate, do all that stuff. It helps the visibility of the show, gets it out there to people who may not be familiar with us three or just the show in general. So do that. YouTube, subscribe. Those are all free things that you could do that tangibly support the show.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you got some extra buccaneros and you feel like tossing them our way, we make it worth your while. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/scenariopod. We do 2 bonus episodes every single week. We do one very similar to this structure of the show where we answer some hypotheticals and go through that stuff. And then 2, more like Irish Goodbye, IGP, RIP, very storytelling, loose, very fun. It's probably the favorite show on the Patreon right now. And you get all of those for as little as $5 and then more and more as you go up on the tiers. So we have a bunch of stuff to individually promote also at some point in the episode, but let's get started.
Hell yeah. Thanks for asking us questions too. And if you would like to ask questions, just DM it to us on Instagram, but not us. DM the show.
Yeah, not us personally, because we are going to bitch, moan, and complain and then eventually read it.
Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong. We will read it.
Yeah.
But
just know you're hurting us.
there's going to be a good 5 minutes of us going, what the fuck? Just put the fucking...
Oh, I don't know if we
I
made
did
it.
it.
It's 1:55 on this, but I definitely came in late. Either way, questions for Here's a Scenario at Sean Boogie. The 3 of you are in a circle jerk. Okay.
Already we can't answer this, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think we
Every single question is the 3.
Well, no, this is, I think this is good because we'll be able to answer for Feeney or guess his position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that, actually. I love the fact that he can't weigh in personally.
I think Feeney would suck some balls.
Yeah, I think Feeney would definitely. The 3 of you are in a circle jerk. Who comes first? Who cries? And who brings the best stroke technique to the party?
Do we have to look at each other?
Yeah, I think you do. I think it does. I think you don't have to be a necessarily tight circle.
Yeah.
You could probably fan out as far as we want. But, I mean, we definitely can't be like 4 miles away. We still got to stay in the same room.
Okay.
Who comes first? I think
I was going to say me.
Yeah, I think you.
I think I could. Just like not look at you guys, but be staring.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
how you figure out what those paintings
You
are.
go away to your safe space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then just fucking pump it out.
you're just eyes unfixed and you're just like,
Just look at you like the way I'm looking at you now, where it's like I'm looking past you.
oh. I'll log that for later.
I'm looking to my future.
That's cool.
No.
Yeah, I think the same. So I'm one of 2 extremes in this, where I'm either like, if I store it up and I can whatever, I could get most of the work done in my head and then explode with ease. However, I'm in danger of falling off the other side of the cliff, where I could like be super into it and then just some dead thought enters my head and it's over before it began.
And then once that happens, they're noticing I'm getting soft.
Yep.
And then it's over.
Yeah, then it's all about dicks. And once you're all about dicks, that's when I go softest.
I just got into my head with this because lately I have been coming fast.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I don't know what it is.
I've been doing the opposite.
I think I have to like somehow make myself nervous and go, she thinks I'm gay or something like that.
That helps you come.
Well, it doesn't help me come, but it helps me not.
You're like Kieran Culkin in Succession.
Exactly. Exactly.
Look at me with the reference.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
I'm half through season 2. I finally
There you
like
go.
it.
There
I
you
finally
go.
like it.
It's so fucking good.
It's got. I know exactly how every episode is going, and
Yeah.
I know, which is fine.
Kind of.
No, I know. I know everything.
You don't know.
I know.
You're not. You don't know yet.
I know.
There's something that happens in season 2 that really throws everything into gear.
I bet, and I bet I know.
Take a guess.
No, I can't because I don't want to ruin it for everybody who hasn't seen it
By guessing?
by guessing the right answer.
Yeah, I get. I mean,
And then you're also
you'll-
going to answer whether or not I'm correct.
yeah.
So
But I think you'd have to. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say if you were correct or not, but
so then what's the fun in guessing?
I'll tell you. I don't know.
Throw an idea out, and then we can silently laugh or agree.
And you guess if it does happen
Oh, so
by
it's-
my eyes.
That's cool. By your dead eyes that you just told me you could look right past me while making eye contact.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hurtful.
No.
So that's something for you where you need that'll help you last longer.
Yeah, if I'm because when it's too hot, it's like, and it's hot, you know.
Sure.
Or I don't know.
Even if it's every day, like even if you're having regular sex, because that's my issue. When it's seldom, there is no predicting what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It is out of my hands, out of my mind,
Yeah.
whatever. I could even like think I'm gonna last long and be like, I am now like 8 minutes in, I'm killing it. I feel like this is gonna ride for way longer. And then I accidentally like pinch the base of my dick
something
with my
different.
mind
Yeah.
and come instantly.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
the same way.
why did that happen in my body?
But are you are you saying that like hold on. Are you saying like if you have sex frequently,
Yeah.
you won't come fast?
I will not. Yeah, then I'm
I'm the
because if I'm in practice, if I'm in game shape,
Yeah.
then I'm going to do what I've set out to do. I'm a adequate lover in the sense that I've satisfied. You
Yeah.
know, obviously I've been with the same chick for 13 years. If I couldn't make her come, I should kill myself. Like kill myself. If you don't know
Yeah.
the person you're with's body
Yeah.
like that, like if you are just absolutely unable, it's something that you both need like some sort of
Yeah.
shock to the system. Do hallucinogens separately and then together.
Yeah, and look, I know that there might be sometimes that she doesn't come.
Oh yeah,
There's
I'm not saying
sometimes where
it's not
like that,
Listen, I'm
but
I'm
there
a
are
freak.
no times that I don't come.
Yeah,
There's never a time.
I make Nicole come like John Stark hit threes. I'm either 3 for 24
Yeah.
or 14 of 15.
Yeah, if you're on the
I'm a streaky shooter.
but you're always shooting.
Yeah, I had no conscience. I'm letting them rip.
Yeah. That's funny. And I think Feeney would have a tough time coming because
He'd cry though. I think you would have. So Feeney, I know, and I feel great to say this with him not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is some sort of like Death Star thing. Like there is a thing that we haven't found yet, but a thing that we can say or prod that will just unlock every dormant emotion that he's held in for all 34 years of life so far. You know what I mean? Like I really believe that. I think there is some some puzzle, some words, something where we in the Goonies when you put the rock on the pegs and then you turn it and the piano comes out. That is gonna happen to him.
I don't know. I'm gonna disagree because I think that's something that he has to do himself. Like I don't think we can just be like, remember Teddy Ruxpin or whatever, his like teddy bear, and he'll be like,
Teddy Ruxpin?
"Oh!" Yeah, and just start crying. I think he has to actively work on being like, let me open up a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that. I think something. It's not even deep. Like you could say like baseball or something. Like Feeney will
that's
just be-
true. Some sort of song.
yeah, just short circuits a wire in his head and he
What did
starts
I-
hysterically crying.
You know what I cried at recently?
Your grandfather's wake.
Surprisingly, no.
You didn't? Not even one.
I had more anxiety and I was
Sure.
more like
I know that
freaking
feeling.
out because there were other stuff happening. But but this is me because I'm letting it out at something like this, which was the recent episode of It's Always Sunny, and I sent that scene in the group chat to you and
I
Feeney.
didn't watch it.
There's a scene where Charlie Day does some like amazing acting, and he's not to ruin it, but he's there's rain involved, and
There's always rain in their poignant scenes. Like
the
Mac's
dancing
dance
one?
scene.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only other one
they
I'm
gotta
thinking.
do it.
But
Yeah, they only have two.
I mean, that scene, I think I may have welled up a bit in that one.
I
Both
cry-
from the discipline it took to get that body and then also the meaning behind the
I
scene.
show people that scene.
Yeah.
I go, look at this. I'll put it on at parties and have people watch it.
You're a bummer.
I'll say that I'm not a bummer. I'm really good. And I got recently complimented on this about my ability when I'm at a house party to put on something on the TV that doesn't disrupt the party, but keeps it kind of
enriches.
Yeah, it enriches it. It makes
Okay.
people go. So what I've been doing recently is
Put on my special.
putting on your special so everyone will leave.
Closing time.
Yeah, that's what we do to get everybody out. No, I put on.
Male or female?
It's funny to mock your own bits
Yeah.
like that.
Well, like potato
Because
gun, the
that's how,
tampon.
yeah, that's because that's how we hear it. In our heads. But no, I'll put on trains going from like Italy to Sweden, and
Oh.
it's just beautiful. So it's just a 4K camera.
How yacked
of
to the
a
gills were you when you stumbled upon that?
I don't know. I was so fucked up.
Those are 4 a.m. unblinking turns at the internet when you just find
Yeah.
everything that you've ever asked for, and you're like, "Oh man!"
Oh my god, it's the best.
I remember while like being so on cocaine on the Upper East Side in this girl's apartment who was Tim's ex-girlfriend. She was like funding our degenerate lifestyle. Like I never had the money. That's why
Yeah.
whenever I tell stories about that point in my life, it sounds made up and should be had I had my own finances to rely on. But I wasn't footing the bill. The bill was foot by somebody who had like unlimited money. So all of these drugs were just around at all times. And I remember being in her apartment. She's fast asleep. Me, Tim, and my other buddy are like up at 6:30 a.m., shades drawn, lines to the side of us, watching Loose Change and nature
my
videos
God.
simultaneously. Like a beautiful planet Earth would be on the flat screen.
Yeah.
And then we're just keyed into Loose Change, being like, yeah, I think that sounds right, dude.
That's hilarious. I just got the VR thing, and I've been looking at and like putting myself
Demolition
in the
videos
middle
with the
of
Twin
no,
Towers.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like I've been putting myself in the middle of like the nature videos, and it's like so funny if I googled VR Loose Change. I'm just in the middle of a.
You just start running in
the
your own
boardroom
house.
at the White House.
What a nightmare. Do you think that probably will be a thing though, where it's almost like trauma porn, where do you think there will be VR simulations of being like, go through 9/11. Here's a VR simulation of Sandy Hook. You have to outrun this mass shooter.
Yeah, 100%. It's a point and click game.
You just have to sprint in your own house.
Yeah.
You're at the Boston Marathon waving at the finish line, and all of a sudden a pressure cooker spits at your face.
So yeah, I would come fast. And then Feeney would not. And then you would be you're Goldilocks. You're right in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a total X factor in that sense. I'm either winning or coming in dead last.
Mhm.
There is no middle.
It's all about the room. If it was this room, probably it would take me a while. But the room is very well, I don't know. It's not lit well.
Nicole, out of us three, can you answer? Who do you think would come the fastest? Who would cry?
This is a good question for Nicole, and I'll tell you why. Because she has a gift, I would call it, of being able to say whatever will make us all happy.
Uh-huh.
And this is really
This is a tough one. These are the red lasers and entrapment.
yeah, so good luck.
Wait, it was come fast, cry, and what's the third one?
Who brings the best stroke technique? Definitely not Brendan, since he's dry and just
No, I don't do
chubby-handed.
I don't try it out.
Feeney's hands are too witchy.
I've also sent videos
I'm not good, though.
recently of me masturbating. I've done that before. You don't send dick pics or anything like that.
Wait, what? To me? To you?
No, I haven't sent them to you.
Oh, you said that like,
no.
I sent it to the group chat.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that. I have a tone problem. No, I've sent like videos, of me jerking off to people.
No, I don't think
And
I
you
ever have.
and if I were trying to impress you guys, I would do it like that. And I
Yeah,
think
you do
you'd be
reverse grip, just thumb bang to the pubis.
impressed. Yeah. Hang to the pubis.
Title. So, Nicole.
What do you think?
Well, this is hard because Cannon, I feel like you talk about coming fast all the time, but
Yeah.
I would peg you as the crying guy.
You'd peg me as the crying guy.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
would
maybe
be
I
so
would.
fucking weird if we were all in a room masturbating and you just started crying.
You've seen me cry, right?
Yeah, watching The Lion King on the airplane.
Oh, yeah. But you've never seen me like legitimately cry, like have a tough time cry?
No.
That's surprising. I cry a lot.
Yeah.
I like
just
crying.
never happened.
Yeah.
You
I could see
you stay
myself
strong
cry.
when you tell me your
My heartbreak,
heartbreak.
my heartbreak and traumas.
Mhm.
Actually, you know what? Out of all those three, I'm most likeliest to cry.
Yeah, it's hard for me to cry.
Yeah.
I have to cry. It's like something has to get me, and I have to like be like, let it out. Let's go. Let
Okay.
this out.
This is Nicole just unlocked the entire answer.
I come fast, you cry.
Feeney has the best technique because he has the most female hands.
Dude, Feeney's technique, because he'd be trying to go fast, so his hair would be like flopping.
Yeah.
Going-
I also wonder if he's just thin everywhere and he's just like a fucking like little turkey.
Dude, he would
turkey
be
claw.
He would be scaring us the way he's masturbating.
That's how I used to jerk off when I first did was just 3 fingies and with my short shitty thumb. But I'd like a fucking eagle catching a fish. I would just wrap it around my little peck.
Dude, when I first started,
Is this allowed on YouTube? Probably not, huh?
we're on RedTube now. We have been moved. When I first started jerking off, maybe for like the first like couple months, I was not doing it to a climax. I was just getting a weird feeling, and I was like, "Oh, that's what this is."
Yeah.
And then that one time when you keep going, is the fucking best.
You
dude.
feel elated, deceived, and horrified at the same time. All of
you're
those
like,
things.
what the fuck?
How dare you?
That is. Such
I
a
can't
feeling
believe
you'll never
you're
get
now
again.
best friends.
Yeah.
And what is this? What is this gonna make?
That
me?
first like, oh
Yeah. Dude, I fell asleep.
Great.
I fell asleep the first time I tried because I talk about it on stage, but my mom bought me a book called What's Happening to My Body.
Mhm.
And up until that
You
point,
had to read.
up until that point, I was the same as you.
Yeah.
I mean, I like thought the point of masturbating was to get hard and marvel
Mhm.
at the tower you've built. And apparently there's more to it. I read the book. I was like, again, that same thing. Like, what? Are you kidding? You keep going.
Yeah.
What is this? I remember coming to my German class the next day, which was my 6th grade class.
Yeah.
Telling my buddy Rob, I was like, dude, you keep going. And he's like, fuck you, man. Like, fuck you. Like incredulous. Like, how dare you? No way. No
Yeah.
way do you. And
No
then I
way.
did it. And the first time I did it, I fell asleep. And my dog busted into the room and legitimately wet nose nuzzled my hand and my like soft dick. And it was that cold kind of dog nose feeling. And it was so gross and also wet that I was like, I'll finish up.
Yeah.
And then I went again and I finished.
When I was first starting off jerking off, my first time the maid was in the room. We had
Hold on. Yeah.
a Family Guy-esque lady being like, hello, Mr. Brendan, like a guy like that, a girl like that. And
A full-time maid?
No. She would come over like like once a week, maybe Monday.
That often? Holy shit. Yeah,
We're pretty well off.
The truth fucking comes out.
When have I ever said I was
Feeney has
poor?
routinely said you're a rich kid from Syosset, and you've made
I'm
it
not a
out
rich
that you
kid.
were a lunch pail, blue collar guy
never
that ate
said
a
that.
crustless PB&J every single day.
Right. She's not living in the house. She's a fucking Spanish woman who's coming over for $50 a month.
Devalue cultures.
She was probably getting $100 a week. Maybe less, 75.
No, it was definitely more. I think you have no idea what your parents paid for that. But
Should we call my mom?
yes, we should.
She's going through a rough time.
So then she'd love an appearance on the podcast.
Okay.
Say we'll cut it out. If it goes haywire, we'll put it on
love when
patreon.com/scenario pod.
When there's nobody here,
Yeah.
we call someone. When there's a person missing.
I mean, this episode is exactly what Feeney thinks it is.
Yeah, hold on.
What's up, Brandon?
Hey, you're on our podcast right now. Can you just answer one question? It's okay if not. I'll let you go back to work.
Are you going to embarrass me?
No, I'm gonna embarrass me if anything. Our the cleaning lady that would come like once a week.
Yeah.
What was her? You don't have to say her name, but how much, if you don't mind, were you guys paying her a week?
I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, you're on our. You don't have to answer this. I mean, I'd love you to.
Answer that. I'm not going to answer that.
Why?
Because.
Because.
Okay, I said I think $100 a week.
Which podcast do you want?
I'm on my podcast. It's called Here's the Scenario.
I want to know what podcast on. I can't answer that question.
What?
I love that she readily gave up your SAT scores.
Yeah.
Will not say.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay, all right. I guess I get that.
Okay, so I'm going to just say this. You figure it out why I'm not answering that question.
Oh,
okay?
because it was probably 2 cents.
No, not at all. But I suspect if you think it real hard, you'll figure it out.
Because she was illegal.
Oh, yeah, but who cares? I mean, what's the statute?
Everyone assumes.
What's the statute of limitations on an illegal alien?
Trafficking?
No statute of limitations, Brendan, but that isn't the reason. Okay, I'll talk with you later, Mike.
All right.
The reason is your mother is the trafficker.
Yeah,
She had a new lady.
The reason I'm not answering that is because of Epstein. You see,
That's sketchy. That's fun.
she's so funny.
Yeah.
Every time we call her, she's so funny.
She's a real crack up, that Miss Sagalow.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
All right, let's get to another question. That was the first question.
What are we at? 30 minutes?
We're at 20 something.
Oh,
Nicole,
cool.
Yep,
what are we at?
confirmed.
Okay. At Rob Geralis. As if you could erase one moment in your life as though it never happened, what would that moment be?
It's between two. One that happened recently that I don't want to talk about, and then me being molested.
A little molesting.
And then the
If I could
and
peel
then
back the
the
plot.
thing that ruined it all. The thing that led to the illegal.
Yeah, molested by the cleaning lady.
And then me
And we couldn't catch her because she had no paper.
me sexually harassing the cleaning lady. What if that's what my mom was? She's like, we can't because she didn't exist.
Don't
remember?
you remember what you did, my son?
We made her go away because she was going to talk to the police.
Wow, I'm so interested to find out the truth of what that means.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I mean, yeah, she doesn't want to get arrested. The FBI just fucking breaks in.
Yeah. They're like, it's so weird because I don't know if I remember specifics of like awful shit that I've done. I just know how it makes me feel. And it's been like even comedy moments or something like that where you say something on stage. Dude, I had a moment on stage the other night where like, thank God this thing works. Like you ever say something and you don't mean it to be racist, but
All the
it's
time.
like so
That's my MO.
it's so fucking racist that
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I am in my heart racist.
Yeah.
Like you
So
just have
fucked
no idea. Dude, so on stage, I do this bit about Coke. And in the bit, it's kind of like an easy tee up, but it's part of it where I'm like, you look like you sell cocaine. Like just kind of a thing, an offhanded thing. I typically pick the whitest looking dude of all time.
Mhm.
And I just didn't think and just said it to a kid who was like a Spanish kid, like a young
my
Spanish guy. And he was like, I'm 16.
He said that?
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And the whole crowd was like, yeesh. And I was like, oh, so you don't deal coke, you play shortstop. Like because I was like,
great.
oh, yeah, I was like,
That's
the
great.
only thing you could
have
do
to double down.
is and that's what I said. I was like, I have to double down on the racism
Yeah.
because it's the only thing that's funny.
Yeah.
If I own that what I said was racist, it weirds the rest of the show because then it also
Yeah.
feels like I meant it,
Yeah.
which I didn't. I just said it and it happened to be accurate.
Yeah, not only does not only does it make it feel like you meant it, but it feels like you're panicking because
Yeah,
you just got
yeah.
caught being racist. But there is a
Which
funny-
internally, the reason I say that from the regret thing is
Yeah.
because it's that same feeling. So that like Plinko game, everything lights the fuck up.
Yeah.
You hit the jackpot,
Yeah.
but instead you hit the racism. It's like that's going off in my body. And all you're thinking is, how do I convince them that I am not David Duke?
Oh, I've ruined so many sets by being like saying something racist, and then everybody's like, "Whoa!" And then I'm like, "No, not because you're black," and thinking that would get a laugh, and people are like, "Gee,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No," and then me going, "No, I only just said that because I have to be like, I'm not this stupid. It's kind of a
Yeah,
it's a
it's
joke.
kind of a thing.
It's a thing I'm doing.
It's a racism thing.
It's a yeah.
Oh, you guys
obviously.
get it?
I picture myself on stage, and I picture me in the audience and looking at me saying the things I'm saying and just going, the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would be like, this guy doesn't know what he's
There's also
being
like,
funny.
there's moments where not even a regret, and I guess I wouldn't erase it, but if I could like George Bailey it, like if I could go back and maybe alter things.
Yeah.
Or that's not what George Bailey did.
No, he didn't alter anything, but he just
watched
saw what his
happened.
life
Yeah.
would be like if he wasn't there.
But like there's like especially moments where I like took shit. Like a disrespectful amount of shit that as a grown man of whatever,
Yeah.
like I would not anymore.
Yeah.
Like those moments I think back and I was like, man, I was such a coward. Like those bother me more than anything that I outwardly have done to somebody. I've done shitty things for sure, but I've never, at least that I know of, altered the course of somebody's life with a shithead thing.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Yeah, I don't feel anything with like, there's not shit that I'm taking to the grave, you know, but there are times where I'm like, God, I wish I stuck up for myself at that point. Or like, I mean, that's like every day.
Those are most of it.
I had it yesterday, you know, some guy did that to me yesterday at that rap open mic.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Which I talked about on Real Ass Podcast, so.
I guess listen to that over this.
I just don't want to explain it again to just you.
I know.
I went to a rap open mic and because I was on the show, but it was definitely a rap open mic.
But so was it billed as hip hop and comedy?
Well, I don't know because
Like, how do you get booked on
well,
that?
Jess was on the show,
Uh-huh.
and then it's in Astoria. So I actually left your guys' MLK gifts at her house. So I was like, hey, can you bring the gifts and I'll meet up with you and we'll head back to my place, blah, blah, blah. And I go there and this guy comes up and he's like, yo, what up, man? And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, you want to do time? And I was like, no. I said no. I was like, no. And he was like, 5 minutes. And I was like, because I wrote 2 new jokes that day. And I was like, all right, let me do it. And he's like, all right, there's like 4 rappers ahead of you. And I was like, oh, this is a music open mic.
Yeah.
And
I used to do music open mics down here, though.
they're
were
good. They could be good.
A lot of them are better than comedy because they're not comedians.
But this crowd was pretty terrible
Yeah.
because it was in the back of a bar. It was like in the closet of a bar. And these guys were going up and they were like talking like gangster shit. But I'm going, you're not, look where you are. You know, I'm like,
yeah, you're following your art dream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's
But
funny
it's
about
like,
being a gangster. It's like you're writing poetry.
yeah, we're in the same place.
Who had that viral tweet? Somebody was like, battle raps are just 2 guys sitting in a
Andrew
room.
Collins.
Oh yeah. And it's funny. It's true. It's like the rappers are not the most thuggish. They're the ones
Verse
that
poetry.
write what they saw.
Yeah. But there are some guys that
For sure.
you hear they're like rapping this stuff and you're like, they for sure do.
Especially more now where they're like, I guess I just gotta kill people.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, like,
I'll kill them, man.
Because if you're like doing music and you're in the hood and you want the hood to listen to you, nobody's gonna. If you want that demographic,
Tell us what the hood wants, Brendan.
So growing up in the projects with my maid,
She was from the neighboring project.
do you ever think that rappers who are making a project, who live in the projects, turn to each other and go, "Hey, we're making a project in the projects"?
They just clink guns.
That's kind of cool. Clink. What the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know. Go to here'sthescenario.com for all things this podcast. Again, subscribe on iTunes, write a review, rate the show, send it to a friend or 20. That's how we get the show out there. It's building and building every single week. We see you guys. We hear you guys. Thank you for the uptick in engagement. It's been great. Keep commenting up on the YouTube. Keep coming over to the Patreon and playing the game. You guys are submitting all the questions and we're getting to you. It's so fun. Patreon.com/scenario-pod. And then I have a cool thing. I just said it on Real Ass Podcast, but this is for our meh listeners. So this is more important. I'm filming my second special, my next special officially, February 18th in New York City at the Triad Theater on the Upper West Side. I'm doing 2 shows. These will sell out. There's a limited amount of seats. This is a beautiful venue. Dave Smith actually shot his Libertas special there. Casey Balsham just did a show there.
Awesome.
It's actually where I did like one of my first bringers, which is super cool.
Cool.
But it's a beautiful venue. This special is going to be great. This is the best hour of anything that I've ever written in my entire life. I'm very, very excited about it. So please do not wait. I know our listeners are king.
Hell yeah.
Fucking what is it called when you wait?
When you wait,
King waiters. I don't know, like the procrastinators. That's the word.
Procrastinators.
Because, we all smoke pot. They'll be there forever, of course. But just sell this bitch out immediately so it's one less thing that I have to think of. I sold way more tickets to fill the Comedy Cellar, so get the tickets to this one.
Can we put the link in the YouTube video?
Can we do that, Nicole?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Hell
we can.
Yeah, so just click that link.
It's down there. And also, if you're watching or listening to this, I have a bunch of dates where Brendan is involved in all of these, actually, coming up in my Road to special. So if you're not in New York and want to hear the hour before I get to lay it down on wax, at the end of January 21st through the 22nd, I'm in Boston at the Hideout Comedy in Cambridge. At February 10th, we're in Holland, Michigan, Brendan and I. Brendan is with me for all of these. February 10th, Holland, Michigan at the Park Theatre. And then February 11th through the 12th, we're in Grand Rapids at Golden Age at Creston Brewery. And then Detroit, Michigan, February 13th, Independent Comedy Club. Very excited for all of these dates. You guys have asked us to come out to Michigan, to Detroit. Brendan's going to fucking kiss 8 Mile and probably hump the shelter's door or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be so exciting. We're going to go on a field trip and probably both die.
Yeah, going to the hip hop shop.
That's right. And all of this leading up to, again, please, begging you, buy the tickets right now. If you live in and around New York, if you've wanted an excuse to come to New York, we've all had Omicron at this point. It's burned through all of us. Come on out. It's over. February 18th, the Triad Theater, 2 shows, tickets at MikeCannonComedy.com.
Hell yeah. And then just follow us on our Twitters and our Instagrams and all that shit at I am Mike Cannon, at Brendan Sagalow. And also follow me on Twitch. I've been playing I streamed for 7 hours the other night because I was playing this horror game. So follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/sagstoRiches. And if you subscribe, you could watch the past videos, which is like me and Feeney playing Call of Duty, me getting scared and shitting my pants, and all that stuff. So there was one more. That's it. Bye-bye. No.
All those road dates.
Yeah, all the road dates. I'm just with Mike.
Yeah.
It's actually easier for me. I don't have to do road dates. I go, I'm in the city.
Go to MikeCannonComedy.com for tickets.
Yeah, go to
That's just what you should buy.
I do.
So have BrendanSagalow.com, but then anytime you press enter, it just goes to my tour page.
When I'm putting in my my schedule on my website, I just go to your thing and I click the links and everything.
That's what I just said.
Well, I actually do that.
Oh, do you?
I really do that.
Oh,
yeah.
that's sweet.
I mean, not yet. Not there yet.
Nicole, what do you got?
Nicole C. Lyons on Instagram, and we have a message from Mike Feeney that he'll be in Boston at Laugh Boston on the 20th of January.
Damn right. Wow, look at it. Yeah, we're all going to be out in Boston.
Yeah.
And Feeney will not stay in Rumpel. Aren't you? You're coming too.
Yeah, am I allowed?
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get that hotel. All right, let me find out where we're staying. I'm getting you a room too.
That's like in 2 weekends, right? Oh, no, that's next month.
Nope, it's this month. It's in 2 weeks. But it's late January in Boston. What could possibly be going on? Watch, it's like the most Irish parade of all time.
Yeah, and it's going to be fucking snowing.
It's the Irish polar plunge.
Yeah.
All right, next question. At Sam, which congratulations on locking that down. Here's a scenario.
How'd you get that?
You should join Twitter on the second day. That's unreal. It's a 3-letter name.
Oh my God. At John.
At Mike was gone once they registered Twitter.com.
Yeah, once they aired it.
Here's a scenario. You are tasked with going back in time and conquering one society from the last 1,000 years. This can be done by any and all means imaginable. The catch is you are sent back with only your phone and a sick time travel suit.
Cool.
Since you'll likely be sent back before cell service, it will function at the same level as it would on airplane mode. The question is, Which society would you choose to conquer, and what would you preload on your phone before you were sent back? For the sake of argument, if the task is completed, you'll be brought back if you want. Love the pod. Keep up the good work.
Damn.
At Sam. I know exactly what society.
You go.
1930s into 40s Germany. and I would just load videos of what was going on in fucking Williamsburg during the early days of lockdown, where they were slitting chickens' throats in the middle of the street and gathing by the thousands and just hacking fucking COVID into each other's assholes.
My God.
And just be like, right?
I'm kind of lost on this question. I don't really, it was too long.
Society also, but they didn't even succeed. I think it's probably more of a time period. I'm kidding, obviously, with Germany, but
Yeah.
I think like they're thinking like ancient Greece,
Yeah.
Mesopotamia.
Maybe the Dark Ages of Greece, where
Dark
it was
Ages?
like, yeah, like Dark Ages, where it was like, it looked really nice. It was like, there was marble.
That wasn't the Dark Age. That was Enlightenment.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
it?
Greece was part of the Enlightenment because they had philosophers that were then like making us think outside of our survival
Yeah,
for the first time.
But there was an ancient, like a Dark Greek Ages, where it was before that, and it was where Homer, or whatever his name is, wrote about
The Odyssey?
the Trojan Wars.
The Dark Greek
I
Ages?
don't know what I'm talking about, man.
I think you do.
Yeah,
either. What
Greek
does that
Dark
say?
Ages. The
Okay.
Greek Dark Ages are and the Mycenaean cultures.
You're just saying what.
No, that really
can't
is
read, I
it.
can't read it. So can you read?
The Greek Dark Ages is the period of Greek history from the end of the Mycenaean Palatine civilization.
I mean, you should do a solo podcast where you're just reading. It's Brendan reads out loud the show.
That'll be good for 1 minute.
I don't know. I think people would kind of come back every once in a while just to like refill themselves with self-esteem.
Yeah, great. Can't wait to do a podcast for people that want to come back every once in a while.
But think of the millions that'll cycle in and out.
Yeah, it's like Rogan. Civilization around 1100 BC.
So this makes
to the
sense. So this is
beginning.
before.
Now look at the pictures of it. It's actually there's like marble.
And is this around the same time as ancient Egypt as well, where they're building all of these like forever structures for the first time too?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There are forever structures, but nobody knows why they fucking just stopped working.
What do you mean?
I should do a history podcast.
Yeah, dude. This is like hardcore history with Dan Carlin, the retard. Like we are brutal right now. There's the Dark Ages.
But
This is probably before the other age when there was light.
No, but that's when the Trojan Wars were written about.
Yeah.
And that was the Trojan horse story.
Do you know what's so funny is the guy from Troy, the movie, is
Yeah.
the father in Succession.
Whoa.
Isn't that funny?
Oh yeah, he was also in
Achilles, fuck off.
Oh, it's great.
Buzz off.
His the folds in his neck
He's a
and
human
jowl
toad, yeah.
keep me occupied for the full episode.
Kendall, fuck off.
Yeah.
He's brutal, dude.
As a human,
No, not the actor, but like, yeah.
I get it.
Me too.
I
Me
get
too.
the dad. I think the
get
dad is the-
everyone in that
I think the
show.
dad is the one I identify with.
Yeah,
the most.
because he's looking around at his kids and he's like, they all have fucking issues. I want this.
it's not even the issues. It's I am perfect, and
Yeah.
these kids do not match up to me.
Yes.
They cannot
You hear that?
continue the business of what I've created because they're unable to.
Yeah.
So we must find the serum.
I get it too. I'm kind of on him. I'm like, he's a fucking badass.
He's totally correct.
Yeah.
He's 100% correct. But it's also his own fault because he wasn't a good enough father to prepare them for the position at hand.
Yeah, but if he was a good father, the business wouldn't be booming.
Right. Catch 22.
Mm-hmm.
At Maria, this is insane. Maria Amanati. This is Maria Ama Ia Nieto.
Whoa.
Yeah, Maria Ama Ia Nieto. New listener. Sorry, you're like,
Yeah.
She's like, I was. Love listening to your banter. Question for the pod. You're a single girl today. What would be deal breakers for guys on dating apps, i.e. fish pictures or gym pictures? Basically, what about a guy's social media presence makes you think they're a douche?
I don't know. I never really take a look at dating profiles. I know women profiles that get me like, ugh, kind of.
Sure, but we also have certain types of dudes that we know that give us douche chills. So outside of wanting to blow them, just like what are qualities that you don't like?
If you're a dude and your profile picture, I think if any of them have you with just like a bunch of your friends and like you're wearing button ups or something and like you're all on each other like this and your whole vibe is like the boys, you know, I think you're a fucking gay lord.
You don't think you're just 23?
Yeah. But because that is what it is. At that age, you're like,
I was exactly that. I
we're
can't
all at the bar. Everybody's got to be in the picture.
I'm jealous that I'm not that anymore. I see the faults in it.
Very okay with you three.
In terms of how my energy is right now, for sure. I don't want to live that again. Yeah. But I do yearn for the days where I had that energy and that camaraderie on a regular basis.
Well, I don't think it because it's there aren't any responsibilities and we are adults at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like the best time to be alive.
Your sole mission is trying to have sex.
Or like have
fun.
Have fun, do drugs.
Pure id.
There really isn't any drama unless it's like people talking shit about each other and stuff.
See, this is where I fall apart as a woman. Because there's part of me that, of course, wants to think that I would date somebody like me, right? Who is okay to moderately attractive, but the real jewels are underneath the surface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I would be a shallow bitch because I think I have a dumper extraordinaire. I'd have the pick of the litter and I'd probably be looking at those things and being like, douche, but I want to use that body to please me.
I would probably have lost weight by now.
Oh, dude, it wouldn't even matter.
If I was a woman, I'd be like,
if you were a chick and I was 23, I'd have sex with your body type in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's nice.
There were plenty of gals as shapely as you.
I make girls look like me. I get into relationships with girls and I just start feeding them and feeding them.
The forceful just smashing of the food down what I assume is their throat.
I will say this though about the friends thing is I had this thought recently where I was like I was like upset that I didn't really respect that many people. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, you know, and I went, no, that's like a good thing. You know what I mean?
What do you mean respect?
Just be like,
I mean, I know what respect means, but how does that show it?
Not like I'm not like walking around doing the thing to their chest and being like, fuck you, nerd. But just being like, when I go out now, and it's probably because of the not drinking or anything like that. When I go out now and I'm like at a bar or whatever, I'm like, I hate all these people. Like I really don't dig what they're doing and I don't care about their opinion.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, that's sad. Like I don't want to be a curmudgeon. But then
but you do know that some of that is also self-preservation. So you don't necessarily even hate those people, but you look at that as something you did that led to a destructive path, and then you've come off of it. So you must almost look down at it just to preserve your ability to not do it.
Totally.
That's how I see it, because I'm the same way where I'm like, yeah, fuck that, man. Like, you know, but it's all because I'm like, I wish I could have.
Yeah, but it's also not it's not all the time at a bar. Sometimes it's like I'm at a show and I'm looking around and I'm like with other and this is going to sound so pretentious and stupid. That's me protecting myself. I'll look at a bunch of comics and I'll be like, I don't care for anyone here.
No,
I don't like anybody here.
We've talked long and hard.
Respect them.
We've talked long and hard about it. It's very difficult, especially with how fractured shit is, because there's no community element to comedy at all anymore. Like there's no cabin, there's no main hang. You kind of hang with your people and then run into whoever at shows and it's brief social, whatever. There just doesn't seem to be like a close-knit thing anymore. And I feel that in when I run into other people at shows where all I know is their social media and everybody's worst elements are personal, like our social media. Like I hate so many people that I like because of their social media.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the same goes for me. I'm sure they look at I scroll through my social media sometime and I'm like, ugh, these cover photos with the colorful words and keywords trying to lure people to watch my videos.
It's the fucking worst.
You awful douche. Like, what are you doing? What is this?
Wait till the end.
It's just it's just, everything
what happens.
just trying to just rip attention out of somebody.
Transparent.
Yeah, it's brutal, especially when you go back several months and you're like, ugh, I've gotten better.
Yeah. I'm like, well, not only am I not getting better, but I'm not trying anymore.
The point of it is that I have the same feelings as you in the sense that I'm like, I'm better than these people and I hate these people and fuck what they're doing. Yeah. And I've found that most of it comes from a deep embedded self-hatred.
It has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn. It is funny.
So I see myself in you, YouTube commenters.
Come out to my special.
Yeah, that's right. Show yourself.
It's funny what you said about like there's no community. It's like usually hang out with yourself because it's like also there's something going on in comedy right now where it's like the what a comic looks like is a comedian and then a fucking camera dude or a camera person following them around, and it's like I was thinking about it the other day. It's very much like the knights, like old medieval knights, where they'd have like a guy who plays the lute behind them.
Nicole is our steed.
It's very it's
Nicole, we're gonna force you to wear like a whole mask with just the eyes cut out.
No, Nicole has to follow us around and go. And so they went to the podcast studio and they were late because they smoked some weed. Yeah, really,
they were late because they smoked some weed.
It feels like that. I don't mean to insult anybody, but I just thought that was a interesting.
No, I mean we're insulting ourselves as well because it's just the way things are moving. You know, got to adapt.
You got to adapt.
Adapt or die.
Anyway.
Okay. I don't know if that answered your question about us being single women.
Yeah, the dude thing with a bunch of guys or,
nails painted would be out
of the question.
Out of the question.
And I paint my nails, but that would be out of the question for me.
Yeah, I think I would go for a guy who is a little more together in terms of dress and in terms of how he operates. I'm a wild card. I'm a sassy gal. I'm out partying, drinking my martinis and throwing my heels over my shoulders and walking down McDougal barefoot. So I need somebody who's going to earn and then pick me up and walk me through our apartment doorway.
Yes, exactly. I would like that too. And as as someone who paints their nails and does crazy stupid shit like that, it's always because I'm losing my mind. It always happens if I'm losing my mind. So, I would look at that and go, that guy's not.
That's right.
That guy's not.
Yeah, red flag.
Red flag.
I do not think that man would care for me long term.
No. But I am I personally am the
You're the exception
to the rule.
Yeah. Are you though?
I think I'm a great guy. Boyfriend. For sure.
That's what I was talking. I think you're a great guy also.
I'm a great boyfriend.
Okay. Next question.
I think.
At Josh Wallace. Would you rather? Nicole, do you think you're a good girlfriend?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
I don't yeah, what the fuck? Are you saying that about you or her?
I was just kidding.
All right. We'll see. I've seen what the apartment looks like still.
Have you?
Get to unpacking. No.
I was like, you got invited over?
Oh, yeah. Me and Feeney go over every Sunday.
I bet. You have Sunday sauce? You have Sunday sauce?
Yeah, we all watch Succession together. No, I'm kidding, obviously. I wouldn't step foot in that shithole.
What, Jersey?
Yeah, Jersey City.
At Josh Wallace, would you rather, at the Comedy Cellar, you, for no good reason, slap the beloved Dave Attell in the face pretty hard and then spit on him in front of many horrified comedy peers? Oh my God. You can never defend yourself afterwards either. If anyone asks, you only say, fuck him. Or you have a form of Tourette's where once a week you randomly make eye contact with a black person and blurt out, fuck you, you guessed it. That last word is obviously what you think it is.
Jew?
That's how great our listeners are.
They know.
Because they're not afraid to ask the racist question, but they will not say the slur.
They know how to make it perfect for us. I would
Not say, which is a gay Nazi.
Yeah, I would take, first of all, this is what you do. You take the black guy thing, move to a place where there's no black people. Be
Long Island.
well, yeah.
Or where it's accepted.
I guess not that, because I was going to say, if you slap Dave Attell at the cellar,
You're out.
you're out.
You're out.
You're out.
You're good and out. Unless you kill him.
I mean, I think you'd be even more out.
But then you killed somebody.
So, yeah. They wouldn't dare not book
That's
him.
right.
I think that's what I got to
Yeah. Also, just death helps. It helps legacy, man. It really does. I was talking about this with, I randomly, we interact with people that message us and all that shit, but rarely, and it's only happened this one time, I have a, somewhat friendship with this dude who we just got to know each other from sending basketball clips back and forth. And he's a cool guy and we talk hoops all the time. And we were just discussing Kobe and how he got firm and how his numbers in a mathematical age where everything is all statistics, how did it measure up efficiency wise against these people, blah, blah, blah. And the discussion of who are the greatest would not have aged really well because the way he played was so high volume and, just he'd take 48 shots in some games. And the fact that he died, though, made him like a Biggie or Tupac.
Yeah.
Where his legacy is for sure solidified forever. And there's people that are, he's the number 2 forever. It's okay.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's you can't deny that dying young definitely helps how you're viewed publicly.
Yeah. But that does say wonders for people like Michael Jordan and Dave Attell, where they're not dead and they're still looked at as the greats.
Right. It really speaks to Michael Jordan that everyone knows how awful of a human being he is and they do not care.
I was thinking about that too recently.
Yeah. I mean, awful of a human being, I guess it's subjective because
Just
he hasn't
in
raped
general.
anyone in Denver, but he
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's Michael Jordan's listening to this. What the fuck? But I was thinking about that, where it was I think if we as a society just admit that a majority of us do not care how bad of a person you are as long as you are good at the thing that you chose to do.
Right.
I think it'll take a huge weight off of the world. If we're just that's just what people are.
But there's also separating it, right? It's I don't care that Michael Jordan's a gambling lunatic
Had
and
his father
is
killed.
a borderline sociopath to his teammates. It's yeah, I like how he plays basketball.
Leave the team.
Yeah, Scotty Burrell.
Sorry, I don't feel
Put
bad
on a
for you.
turtleneck and walk away from
Oh
the
my God.
attack.
Did Michael Jordan yell at you? I would pay millions.
Yeah,
him
that's
to
how
yell at me.
Brendan lasts longer.
That's him in the while we're all jerking off. Come on, Brendan. You ain't got this, bitch.
That was a good Michael Jordan.
Oh, really?
No.
Fuck.
That's the show, everybody. We love you. Thank you so much.
We'll get to your questions next week.
Next week, we absolutely will. Yeah, I'll delete all the other ones. But here's the scenario.com. We love you. That gets you everywhere. Patreon, all that stuff.
Bye.
Special, February 18th.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.
The scenario.